I run a cricketing channel, so I see it as my job to watch the World Cup. And I did. Highlights of the actual matches, I watched it all like a very good fan, but when it came to the finals, I saw the toss and then I shut down the TV. I just couldn't watch this charade any longer. So today, I'm gonna tell you a story of a travesty of a tournament. The decisions, events, and fate that led to the 2021 T20 World Cup to become the worst World Cup to be ever played. Let's start from 10th November 2020. BCCI had just pulled off a successful IPL in UAE, and in view of its success, Sourav Ganguly was holding a press conference. And one of the first questions asked was, were there any plans of hosting the IPL in India next year? Ganguly quickly responded, yeah, absolutely. April, May, we will have another one. We will host England in India. We will host domestic cricket in India. We will be fine. The thing is, this issue wasn't just about the IPL. The IPL, in spite of being moved to UAE, had become one of the most successful one in years. So we could easily repeat it on the same venue, but the problem was the upcoming 2021 T20 World Cup, which was to be hosted in India, and BCCI wanted to hold on to it at all costs. The plan was to hold a series of domestic and international tournaments in India to increase the confidence of foreign players, with IPL being a dry run for the big one. And so started the preparations. Now first, to avoid any unnecessary complications, the initial plan to expand the team pool to 10 was quickly discarded. Then, Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy was used as a testing ground. Teams divided into 4 groups at 4 venues would avoid any travel, with only finals to be played in Ahmedabad. From this tournament though, one thing became clear. A large, spread out tournament like Ranji Trophy would be quite impossible to manage. Hence, for the first time in its history, Ranji Trophy was cancelled. But on the upside, first Vijay Hazare Trophy would be continued, the India-England series would go on as planned, and on 30th January came the confirmation, IPL was to be held in India. More importantly, BCCI was so confident of his decision that UAE wasn't even considered as a backup option. IPL treasurer Arun Singh Dhumal said, "We are not even thinking of UAE as a backup at this point of time. We want to do it here. India is probably safer than UAE at this point." And he was right. In January, UAE was seeing a spike in COVID cases. The 7-day average caseload was close to 4,000 as compared to the 770 during the IPL, while India's 7-day average was down to 14,000 from the 90,000 during the IPL. Furthermore, in order to maintain the safety of the players, the plan was to emulate the UAE model in India. Mumbai, Pune, Ahmedabad. The entire IPL schedule would be played in these 3 locations, with Mumbai having multiple stadiums. Given the relative close proximity of the places, travelling could be minimized, mimicking the past success in UAE. State boards were informed the final draft was about to be announced, and the second wave hit. Among the worst hit being Maharashtra. So the entire plan had to be thrown out, and a new plan was chalked out. This time, 5 venues were selected, with Mumbai being the additional option. To avoid home advantage, no team would play a single match in their home ground, and the schedule would be arranged such that the teams would have to travel only 3 times throughout the entire tournament. This decision to go through with the IPL in spite of the second wave raised a lot of eyebrows. But there would be no spectators and the plan looked good. So, in spite of still having the option of shifting to UAE, on we went. And this, I believe, was the first flip of the coin that would decide the oncoming cascade. IPL started on 9th April and it took a grand total of 10 days. Just 10 days for the biosecure bubble to go up in flames. The first case came in the form of Varun Chakravarti, who was apparently exposed when taken for a scan. Within a day though, Amit Mishra, Saha, Lakshmipathy Balaji and Michael Hussey, well basically the bubble had been popped. And on 4th May, within a day of the first positive case, IPL was suspended. As you can imagine, this entire fiasco looked bad. BCCI was taking hits from all possible angles. It had decided to push through in order to prove a point. And now, with everything in flames, the only question that remained was what next? Well, frankly, the decision was taken for them. BCCI officials were informed by the central government that they expect the 3rd wave to hit in November. smack dab in the middle of the World Cup. And with the magnitude of the second wave touching 3 lakhs per day, the conditions during the third wave could not be predicted. Furthermore, on what basis would the BCCI convince other countries to send their players here after this IPL debacle? So BCCI, rather than fighting back and getting into a huge political battle, stepped back. Still, the new location had to be decided. The only available slot was in September by cancelling the Indian tour of South Africa. But the location was a toss-up. On one hand was the usual UAE, while on the other was an offer from England just after the end of the Test series. After intense deliberations, it was announced on 29th May that the remaining IPL matches would be played in September in UAE. This was soon followed by the announcement that the World Cup also had been shifted to UAE. This was the second flip of the coin, the second decision. UAE, with its 3 closely packed grounds, would see back-to-back matches for nearly 2 months, from September 19 all the way up to November 14. And this was going to become a problem. Let me explain this as simply as I can. The bounce and carry on any pitch comes from how compact the soil is. Not on the surface though, but on a layer 4 inches below the top. The drier and harder this area, the livelier the bounce. In India normally, without any rains, it takes about 3 weeks for this area to become compact. But in UAE, with its desert-like condition, the soil underneath can quickly dry up completely, followed by the topsoil cracking. To avoid this, extra watering is required, specifically in long tournaments. So, before the start of the IPL and the start of the T20 World Cup, all pitches were heavily watered to prolong their lives. But this meant that the underlayer did not compact properly. On one hand, making stroke playing difficult, on the other hand, providing ideal conditions for seam and swing bowlers. Now, how exactly does the moisture on the pitch affect swing bowling is a very interesting topic. I have given some links in the description that explain this in detail, but more to the point. The question can be asked, how does it matter? As long as both the sides are playing on the same conditions, on the same pitch, shouldn't this be chalked up to playing conditions? And that, my friend, is the third flip, the timing. All of these matches were to be played with winter fast approaching, and with the pitch being in the condition that it was, the div that would come would become fatal. It sounds foolish, right? Be afraid of the dew. Let me give you some numbers then. In this tournament, a total of 13 matches were played in Dubai, out of which 12 were won by the side bowling first. Out of the 15 in Abu Dhabi, 10 were won by the side bowling first. This gets even worse when you limit the data to the top 8 test playing countries. 9 out of 9 in Dubai and 5 out of 6 in Abu Dhabi. In all of those matches, the side that won the toss decided to bowl and won the match. So yeah, be afraid of the dew. Be very afraid, my friend. In essence, what was happening was that the side bowling first was first getting assistance from the pitch, and then the same side was getting assistance from the dew. As a result, we had the most lopsided figures ever seen in an ICC tournament. Now I'll give you this. Midway through the tournament, ICC seemed to have realized this issue, and they quickly asked the curator to deal with the moisture. Hence, at least in the second half of the tournament, the side batting first had their totals go up. But this further made clear the immense impact div was having on these pitches. There are many instances where the side batting second had been nearly shut out in the first 10 overs, but they seemed to make a miraculous recovery in the last 10. Let's take Afghanistan versus Pakistan match for example. Pakistan batting second needed 24 runs in 2 overs. With the ball becoming as good as a bar of soap in the hands of the bowlers, Asif Ali hit 4 sixes in the 19th over to cruise to a victory. Fast forward just a few weeks, Australia needed 61 runs in 5 overs with 5 wickets down. Pakistan was in complete control of the game, and lo and behold, Wade hits 3 sixes in the 19th over to finish the match. It's not that nobody knew about this. In the IPL that was held just before, with autumn fading and winter starting, with each and every match that was played, you can see a clear demarcating line where the dew and the matches started taking a toll. Suddenly, the chasing side just couldn't lose. Well, what about the finals, you ask? Didn't Chennai bat first and won? Yeah, they did. But first of all, Chennai had lost that toss and had been put to bat first. And secondly, this pitch had got 4 days of rest to settle down without any games played. Something that had not happened for the 21 days leading up to this match. So together, the pitch, the dew and the schedule made this entire World Cup feel like deja vu. Win the toss, ball first, win the match, and repeat. and repeat and repeat and repeat like some kind of an ongoing nightmare. Still, I kept on watching in the hopes that somebody, anybody can break this curse. But life isn't a fairy tale, is it? Come the final, the same story, repeated like clockwork. Win the toss, ball first. And this World Cup wasn't a test of cricket. This was a tournament of coin toss, where cricket was a formality. This World Cup was decided figuratively and literally at the flip of a coin. Now, can I prove that this could have been avoided if IPL wasn't played on these grounds? Would the pitches hold then? I can't say for sure. And I know nobody did this on purpose. I'm not putting the blame on anyone, nor I'm taking anything away from the players. They tried their best. But I also know that this World Cup pushed a cricket buff like me to shut down the TV on a World Cup final. If it can have such an effect on me, what will it do to the millions of people that watch it casually? This was a story of the worst World Cup to be ever played. And I hope and pray to God such a World Cup is never played again. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a good day. Thank you.